Brett Strong, Internet Skeptic. Series titled 60 Seconds or Less, where I utterly destroy the world's top Christian apostles in 60 seconds or less. Up next to bat will be Craig Keener. His book is titled Miracles. It's like 2,000 pages or something like that. Just some crazy amount. Cool. He looks like a cool guy. Very, very nerdy looking. And like I said, guy's got a book almost 2,000 pages. That's pretty nerdy. And it's called Miracles, where he says that he went around and documented miracles, and I guess he's drawing some type of conclusion like, see, miracles still happen, so you can believe in the Bible, which means you can believe in New Testament Jesus, the superhero. It's real, because if you can believe, if miracles that happen today, then hey, then you can believe miracles that happen back in the Bible, what we have, the New Testament, and therefore you can believe ultimately that Jesus, the superhero character, the man with superpowers, is real. So yeah, he goes to, but I guess I can gather that basically a lot of the people he interviewed for these miracle healings, they're not miracles like nature miracles, controlling whether walking on is like being healed of a sickness or coming back from death or something like that. As you would probably expect, a lot of these people are from third world countries. I know he spends a lot of time in Africa, a lot of very poor people. I'm not claiming that everyone's poor, but I'm sure that these people are third world countries, very poor people, typically where you find, or backwoods place where, you hear all these miracle healing accounts. But that's okay, people who live in third world countries, or people who are very poor, or people who live in backwood places, so speaking of poor people, and sick people, and people down and out, whatever. I mean, people they need hope. So I'm not gonna sit here and disparage the people in his book saying, well, that's fake, that's not real. It's just basic miracle healings, like, hey, I thought I was gonna die, I got miraculously healed, my child was dead and came back and alive. I'm not going to disparage that. That's not worth disparaging. I mean, people need hope, and these poor people, if that's what they believe, and then more power to them. Sick people, people down and out, they need to believe about these miracles. I have no problem with that. But this is the issue I have with Craig Keener, that if he's going to accept basically people's word when about, hey, I was sick, I was miraculously healed from these ailments. If he's going to accept basically people's word, then he's got to accept all religions and all gods, basically, because basically all religions and all gods and cultures and time throughout history have had healing accounts, people being healed. And so if he's going to accept his documented book and say, well, this basically ties into that the New Testament miracles are real, then he's going to have to accept Islam, he's going to accept Buddhism, he's going to have to accept Hinduism, he's going to have to accept New Age, he's going to have to accept cults of all kinds, he's going to have to accept Zeus, Hermes, countless African religions and gods across the time of history and cultures and geography. He's going to have to accept all gods. He's going to have to be polytheistic. Can't be monotheistic. He's going to be polytheistic, because all that what I just mentioned all have some type of, basically they all have some type of healing, miracle healing, miraculous healings. Even the Caesars are said to heal people, or have had healed people. So if he's going to accept his claims basically by word of mouth, ultimately, then he's going to have to accept all religions and all gods and all cults and all everything. He's going to be polytheistic. So Craig Keener, I'm not going to sit here and disparage your book and say, oh, that miracle can't be true, and that wasn't really documented, and these people are living in the back world, the backwoods, and they're poor. No, I'm not going to. That's a waste of time. People need hope. People need to be inspired, and they need hope, so I'm not going to take that away from anyone. But I will say, Craig Keener, by your own standards, you're going to have to accept all religions and all gods of all time. You're going to have to be polytheistic. So, Craig Keener, I'm asking you, are you willing to be polytheistic? Are you willing to be polytheistic? Because to accept your book is basically because you're using basically just people's word. Ultimately, at the end of the day, then you're basically going to accept all miracles. You're going to have to be just not follow Christianity, but believe that, hey, Islam is true, Hinduism is true, Buddhism is true, New Age is true, cults of all sorts that have any type of healing, miracle, health healings is true, Zeus, Hermes, African religions, gods, and Chinese and Japanese and South America and Mexican, whatever, there's gods and there's religion, there's physical healing of some type miraculously. Greg Keener, you're going to have to accept that. So you're going to have to say, I'm a Christian and I'm a believer of all religions and gods of some nature. Because basically your whole standard is just some of these words. So Greg Keener, are you willing to accept all religions as being true, basically? Basically all religions, any religion that claims miracle healings, and basically all of them do. So that's my question to you, Greg Keener. Join the crowd, take a seat. You're just one of many, nothing special. Physical healings, that's in all, basically in all religions. If not all, almost all religions, spanning all time, geographies throughout history. So you're going to accept it all. One big pot of it all. So Greg Keener, I'm asking you, are you willing to accept it? And why? And it, you're just taking people's word. Ultimately, I mean, do you accept people past lives? People claim they have lived before. Do you accept reincarnation, ESP, magic, astrology, channeling, voodoo? I mean, basically, all that basically comes by people's word. Are you willing to accept all that? That's a question I'm asking Greg Keener. But I will add a but. If you really want to show that, hey, the Christian God, the New Testament is real, the New Testament Jesus is real, the superhero character is real, the disembodied Christian God is real, if you really want to say, no, I want to step above the fray, Greg Keener, if you really want to step above the fray and say, hey, you know what, no, this is really, really real. Don't bog me down with all these other religions and people and things. No, my God, the Christian God, the New Testament, it's real. I would say there's one way you could do it, Craig Keener. Only one way. Let me get my Bible out. Turn to Mark. And you probably know where I'm going. Turn to Mark 16. And let's look at 16, 17. These signs will accompany those who believe. This is Jesus speaking here. It's parentheses. Jesus, red letter. This is Jesus speaking, Greg Keener. These signs would accompany those who believe. You say, I know you believe in Jesus, so if your Jesus is real, and you want to step above everyone else, like, no, this book and what I'm about, and my belief in Jesus and God is above the fray. Here it goes. Your Jesus said, parentheses, these signs will accompany those who believe. Yada, 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 yada. I'm going to skip all that to one. They will be able to place hands on the sick and heal them. They will be able to place hands on the sick and heal them. This sign will accompany those who believe. They will be able to place hands on the sick and heal them. Do you believe that, Craig Keener? I mean, there's no qualifier. It doesn't say, well, this was only for the apostle, this was only for a certain time. It just says it. These signs will accompany those who believe. Yada, yada, yada. They will be able to place hands on the sick and heal them. So, let's go to lunch is on me, Craig Keener. Let's go to any hospital. Whether New York City, in Miami, LA, Chicago, any hospital. Let's go to the emergency room. Let's prove you, see if your God is real. Your Jesus Christ, the superhero. Let's prove he's real. I want you to prove it, because if you can prove it, man, I'm down. I'm your boy. I'm a disciple of you and your God. So let's go to any hospital. Let's go to the emergency room. I'm buying lunch, okay, Greg? Let's go to the emergency room. People are just laid out sick. Point of death. And I want to see you. We're going to have NASA. We're going to have people around to make sure this is legit. Top doctors. And I want to see you, Greg Keener. Lay your hands on the sick. It says right here, they will be able to place their hands on the sick and heal them. So I want you to go in the emergency room. We'll go together. We'll have a posse with us, scientists, doctors. We'll document it. You lay your hands on people in any emergency room you choose in America. And they all get healed one after another. Greg Keener touches this person. Boom, they're healed. Greg Keener touches another person. Boom, they're healed. Greg Keener touches another person. Boom, they're healed. You got pneumonia ready to die, boom, you're healed. You got the flu ready to die, boom, you're healed. You got AIDS ready to die, boom, you're healed. You got cancer ready to die, stage 4, on your last breath, you're dead, boom, you're healed. Come on, let's go to hospice. Come on, Greg Keener. Prove that your God, your Jesus is true. Just prove it. Because if you go to the end of the verse 20, it says, and the disciples went everywhere and preached, and the Lord worked with them, confirming what they said by many miracles, miraculous signs. That it says, hey, in this fairy tale book, hey, he sent out disciples and he did many miracles, and those miracles confirmed that what they're saying was true, what they were believing was true. So come on, let's take it into reality. That's a fairy tale Bible. Let's take it into reality, Greg Keener. Prove to the world that your word is true, that your beliefs is true about this Jesus. It says right here, I'm reading the words. I'm not exaggerating. They will be able to place their hands on the sick and heal them. Let's go to hospice. Let's go to the children's hospital. Let's go to the emergency rooms. Let's go to ICU. I'll buy lunch. Lunch is on me, Greg Keener. Brett Strong. 60 seconds or less. Greg Keener demolished. Brett Strong signing off.